It's time for Exploring Michigan, sponsored by LaFontaine Automotive Group.
From a UP copper mine replica and cannons from the War of 1812 to exhibits that represent this state's rich natural history. You can find it all at a unique museum in Lansing. Kyle Macon has this week's Exploring Michigan report.
When you walk into the Michigan History Museum, you'll find artifacts and exhibits spanning 3 floors, all telling the Great Lakes state story, starting off with how Michigan was formed by glaciers and the indigenous tribes that settled here.
The Anishinaabe who were already here were trading with the French, trading furs for some other things that the French had, like copper pots or wool blankets or jewelry.
Heather Lehman with the museum says as you walk along the exhibits and hands-on activities, you're transported to the colonial era in Michigan. From peacetime to the War of 1812, the exhibit displays artifacts that were really there.
This is actually a British cannon that was found in the 1980s in the bottom of the Detroit River. And so it kind of just reminds us the story of Michigan and the different European countries that were claiming Michigan.
You'll even walk into a replica of the first Capitol building from 1837 when Michigan officially achieved statehood. Although the museum has many war artifacts, it also shows what life was like for common people, including those in the lumber industry.
This is called the big wheel. It was invented so that you wouldn't have to wait for winter time. You could still, through like the muddy, summer or spring terrain, haul the logs through.
And miners in the Upper Peninsula
Tried to replicate what a copper mine would be like, especially early copper mines. They had Canadian workers often would be the ones propping up the mines with the lumber.
And they would use these tools to harvest the chemical element. The museum's history stops at the 1970s, with items from when the Mackinac Bridge was built, music artifacts from Motown Records, and a depiction of Ford's first assembly line, all designed to educate today's younger generation about their state's past and to encourage them to create a new history.
It kind of gives them something to try and look to, something that they can latch onto and say, I could do that, I could invent something.
If you'd like to visit the Michigan History Museum, it's open 7 days a week. And if you're looking for something cheap to do on the weekends, you can get it on Sundays for free. In Lansing, I'm Kyle Macon.